work. Oh, buddy. We're gonna leave it at that. Try to guess what that is. All right, for those of you who have been anxiously awaiting an update, or maybe you haven't been waiting, but you're gonna get it right now. So I got my parts delivered, and I'm gonna show you right now what I got. Don't give it away, all right? There's kids watching. We're gonna start with this box here. I got everything from Amazon. No big surprise there. All right, what do we have here? Got some of these guys. Should be 6. Yeah, 6. Okay. Let's see what this is. Oh, I have no nails. Tear like your life depends on it. Come on. All right. We're gonna get her open. Maybe. I did just go to the gym. I'm a little weak. Come on. Sister Mary Francis. Okay. I'm obviously doing this the extreme hard way. All right. That looks Harbor Freight quality. Let's open that up. All right, got some expanders here. I'm sure you're starting to get an idea. If this doesn't tell you, muffler seal. I don't know if I need that or not. And then of course, some hangers. So, as you guessed, it's an exhaust. Let's get a better angle of this. All right, so the story is, I went out in town to get a quote. Oh, nice cockroach. For my exhaust. The current status of the exhaust is I have 2 glass packs. Yes, it is dual exhaust. You'll have to watch the previous videos to see how Andrew installed that, my brother, if you haven't been watching the channel. But they wanted $900, $900 to go from, let's see, about there, the back of the cab, to the back of the truck. I don't know why it cost $900, but I figured, you know what, I'm gonna try to do this myself. So this has, this is a kit I got from Amazon. If you're curious, I will send you the link, but it is mandrel bent, which is nice. Nice and oily too. And look at that. So my idea is I'll figure out what I need to get from there to there. Probably dual, one off each exhaust. I don't plan on connecting a Y pipe or anything like that. But we'll see what I need to get over the axle and out the back. Hopefully I have enough. I've got 4 of these. I believe they're almost 3 foot sections. A little more than 3 foot sections. 2 of those I believe will get to the back. Hopefully I don't have to cut anything, but we're about to find out. The other thing I plan on doing is a noise test, aka decibels. I got this free app on the Apple Store. I think it lasts for 3 days, but I only need it for 1. So we'll get a baseline dosimeter or whatever noise decibel measure or reading while it's running without the exhaust, and then after I install it. The goal is that it's actually quieter and maybe a little less stinky. We shall see. Always test your mic before starting a recording. Yeah, I did a no-brainer and had everything hooked up and didn't realize the mic wasn't on. Anyway, let's try this again. I'm gonna pull up my decibel reader, for lack of a better educated term. I don't even know what I called it. dB. Nope. Yep, decibel X. That's what I'm using. All right, right now, if I keep my mouth shut, I'm at 30. 30 decibels. Get it neutral. it's a good baseline. We'll see what it is after I install the exhaust. So I'm going to just attempt to show you the current exhaust. I do already have the truck jacked up on trusty Harbor Freight Daytona jacks. I think there's, how many tons of these bad boys? 6 ton. I don't really want to test that, but anyway, get you under here. This might be terrible lighting. Let's see. Yeah, you can kind of see. Let me get some more light under here and get a better shot. All right, going down under again. Okay, so as you can see, it does have dual exhaust, and it does have a manifold that has 2 outputs. So dual exhaust, I think they're dual cherry bomb like glass packs, and they end abruptly here, which is roughly just past the cab, right? Perfect echo chamber into my brain. So the goal is to try to piece together an exhaust. Well, this lighting is fantastic. And hopefully quiet it down a bit. Let's see what happens. All right, I'm gonna grab one of these long pieces and see how far I can get with just one. I could go, basically just back and then out the side, which would be probably simpler. It would look better coming straight out the back, so I have dual exhaust coming out the back, right under the bumper. But, I'm not always known for doing it the easy way, and it's not always the best way, but let's give it a shot. Okay, my hope is that I don't have to use, I should say I don't have to cut pieces, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen. Look at that. Ooh, fancy. It slips right in there. All right, so I may have to cut this just slightly because, hold on, let me show you. I am roughly that far from the pumpkin, the rear axle. So I'll probably cut it, I don't know. What do y'all think? 6 inches? Maybe not even that much. 3 inches. Cut it 3 inches and then use one of those little whoop-de-doos to go over the top of the axle here. Let's see how that goes. Here's my situation. These are the pieces it came with. Got a couple of bends like so. A 90, I guess a 45, a 180. I don't really want to go around the axle with this, but I just feel like that's going to be a huge bend in the exhaust. I mean, we're talking like 80 horsepower. It's probably not going to make a difference, but I do want to make sure it is breathing correctly without any crazy wonky angles. Let's see what else I got in this box of goodies. Here's what I'm thinking. I could use these sections to go over the axle. These U-type exhaust pipes, I don't know that I'm going to use a complete 180 like that, but I could cut it. So I don't know if you can see my amazing skills here. Guessing, winging it skills. So if I cut this to where the angle is starting to go up, cut it, it'll fit in here, and do that for both sides. I do have, I believe, 4 of these, so I have enough for each side. Total hack job, but could I get away with just doing something like that over the axle? That would be ideal. If only I had a pipe bender. No, too much money. We're going cheap. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I paid about $200 for everything. So for the exhaust piping, this is 2-inch, by the way. This is 2 1/4, I believe, on the end, so they can fit each other. These little guys were a couple bucks a piece. I probably don't need this, but I figured why not? I can put a little on the outside when I clamp it down. This, I think these were 10 bucks for a set of 4, and I got 2 sets. So not bad. But that's what I got. That's what I got going so far. Okay. Let's see. Didn't know I had so many spider webs under here. Maybe some black widows. It's all for fun. All right, let's put you all right here so you can see what I'm working with. Yep, all right. All right, so I've got the, actually that's a 45, 90, I don't know, whatever. Don't know if I have much use for this one. At least not yet. My best bet is probably these guys. Let's turn you around here. And as you can see, I've got just finger clearance here. So I'll probably have to cut it probably right about here-ish. Actually, that would probably work. It could. If I cut it correctly, it would start going up and over about there. This is a lot of guesswork. I should be calculating things, but I don't feel like it. Yeah, it's gonna have to go about there. Who knows, maybe I will do the U thing. Because I think the 90 is gonna look ridiculous. It's gonna be up too high unless I cut it. You know, if I wasn't so cheap, I would just take it to the exhaust shop. But $900, just can't. I can't do it. All right, I'm gonna play around with this for a little bit. Be right back. All right, I think I've decided. I'm gonna use this little guy here. And I'm gonna go about there because I just want to get it to where it's starting to go over the axle here. Use my trusty Sharpay. And then that'll allow me to get over that and use another one of these, because they do have 4, to make the other bend on the other side. Actually, I may not need to go all the way down, because I do want the exhaust to be close to the bumper in the back. So I might be able to get away with not having to bend back down. That would be fantastic, but let's see what happens. Should be a quick cut. See if I can make you all go deaf. Let's spin it the other way, shall we? I'll save your all's ears. And through the magic of television, cut. Not bad for eyeballing it with this. Let's see how this is looking. I got my cut piece. Did I cut the wrong end? No. Okay. Let's go here first. And then we'll go like so. That's looking nice. where exactly I'm gonna put the hangers. Well, maybe right here for that one. And then can I use one more and go straight back? Let me grab the other piece. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, I mean, it's close. I may have to cut this one down just slightly. And then this will be going straight out the back, which is fan-freaking-tastic. So if I only have to do a couple cuts, this is great. Like 2 cuts on each side, and then I think, well, this is gonna be too long to go out the back. No, maybe not. It's gonna be right there. So, nice. Let me measure this off real quick with my Sharpay. How much farther down do we need it? Let's see. Sorry for the up the nostril look. So if we come down, where are we at? Yeah, we need to come down to like here, which that means it'll slip on that far. That might be too much. So this is where we want it to end, roughly. So let's cut it. If we cut it here, slip down to there, where does that keep us? I know you all are just cringing at my methods. All right, we're gonna only take off a couple inches, it looks like. And that should give me enough clearance to go straight out the back. All right, moment of truth. Cut that one like 2 inches, roughly. All right, that ends up right about there. What do you think? Can you all see? Where are you? Okay, here's the pipe. So, looking on back, it looks like it's got a slight angle down, but once I tighten everything up, I can also rotate this either way before I tighten it, and that way I can go straight out the back, I believe. Right that way. All right, I don't know if you can see it that well, but if I keep this angle here, it's going to clear this, and when I mount it, it's almost level with the top of here. I mean, if I go that far, I'm breaking springs. Now, I do want to remove a couple of these to lower it a little bit, because I feel like it's stuck up in the air like Daffy Duck when he gets smacked. But I'm thinking this is going to work. Let me show you the other angle here. All right, so like I said, if I clamp this down where I want it to be, and I think I have enough clamps, 3 per length. Now, coming off this other side, if I want it to be over here, that may require a little more piping, but, or I should say tubing. But if that gets hung right there, it's going to be going straight out the back without coming close to the axle here. I'm just going to throw a couple of clamps on here to see what happens when I start tightening things up. If it's going to straighten out or what. I think it's probably going to stay where it's at. Let's see. Well, if I can get it to tighten. I think I'm going to take this off. No, I shouldn't have to. We're just going to jack it down. Just a little at a time. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, I can see that it's probably not gonna seal very good. I may need to weld. But let's put some pieces together first and see what happens. I'm just gonna make some makeshift hangers here. Take the weight off the exhaust while I'm putting things together. So it doesn't have to be fancy. I'm just gonna use a little wire here. Let's go through here. Yeah, it needs to be straight up and down to take the load off. So let's go around this way, shall we? That looks good. If you're just tuning in, no, I'm not keeping the wire like this. Just give it the old snip. That should keep it in place. I mean, so I tightened this, if you can see. I tightened this down already. Where's my hand? There we go, right here. I tightened this down and it's pretty solid. It's not going anywhere. Now, whether it leaks or not, I don't know. But so far, so good. Sometimes I forget that I have the correct tool for the job. This worked for a couple cuts, but let's just say I might have gotten a few particles near my eyeballs. So we're gonna work with this. Ah, powers of masculinity. This is hopefully my last cut. I'm gonna get these underneath and see if I cut too much and I have to start all over. All right, here's what I got going on the other side. So I've got one pipe over here that's basically gonna come up and around and straight back. This one I had to go around a little bit, and the idea is so I have the exhaust coming out the other side. So basically both exhausts will come out alongside the frame rails on either side. So if I did this cut correctly, which it appears I have, that should be it for this side. Put a clamp on that, and then it should just be one more extension to the back. I've got my last piece lined up here. Whoa. Apparently that's not tight. All right, anyway, just to show you the mock-up. You know, if I had excellent welding skills, I would just weld these bad boys, but I'll clamp all this down and I'll have to cut the end off down here so it's flush at the end of the bumper, but I think that's gonna do it. All right, check out my handiwork. Goes from the exhaust that Andrew installed when I first got it about a year ago. Well, he probably installed it before that, but goes along here, snakes around, exits the back. So I'll have to cut the end of this off. But as you can see, plenty of clearance. Clearance gets blamed for everything. Plenty of clearance between the pumpkin and the bottom of the bed. So I'm gonna have to put some exhaust ties in. I'm gonna get that secured. And this side will be done. Just gotta finish the other side. All right, on to the next issue. I've got these exhaust hangers, and these things are some mama jama thick. Look at that. So I'm probably gonna mount it to the frame here because there's already a hole in the frame. So no drilling required. I got a bolt and a nut to secure that on. But then I gotta somehow figure out how to bend that pipe, or I should say bend this bar, to go around this to at least hang it. Start bending here. I just need it to go about halfway, and then I'll tack weld it. with unprofessional booger weld. All right, I just lopped it off. I don't have a really great way of bending that bar. Now that I think about it, I could have used a torch, but whatever. All right, so I'm just going to tack weld this onto here. I may heat it up with the torch and bend it later and then get a better weld, but at least I want it tacked on there so it's not going to move and jostle around as I'm driving this bad boy down the road. I was going to say highway, but I doubt that's ever going to happen. All right, I've got this right where I want it, just barely clearing that back bumper. Got it wired in place. I'm going to grab my trusty Harbor Freight welder, tack that on. All right, let's see how bad I can goof this up. Ah, lighting my arm on fire. Nope. That means it didn't stick. Let's try that again. All right. Don't think that did it. There might be a little grease left on this pipe now that I think about it. Always clean your metal. Don't be like me. It just clearly does not want to stick to that. Let me clean this up and try again. It looks like I may have gotten a little penetration up here, so I'm going to try to finish this weld. Ha, that's what you call a booger weld. But you know what? If it holds it up, that is fine with me. Well, there she be. Dual exhaust. There and there. Just got a little bit of ugly duckling going on, but you know what? As long as it routes the noxious fumes away from the cab, that is all I care about. That's the shiniest thing under here. Well, let's give it a start and see if it reduced the decibels at all. All right, we're sitting at about 32 decibels if I don't talk. 32 to 35. Let's see what happens when we start the truck. Oh, noticeably quieter. Interesting, it still says between 78 and 80, but I can tell the noise is behind me. Could be that I'm in the garage. May have to take it for a drive to see how it does. Well, that's what she sounds like from the back. They sound pretty even. Look at all that condensation coming out. I don't hear any major leaks. I do hear some rattling though. Maybe it always did that and I couldn't hear it before. Alright, let's see if we can tell where that noise is coming from. Got a leak. Leak here. Leak. Small leaks. Probably just need to tighten all these up. All right, let's bring her on down. It's always the sketchy part. It's like a fine line between closed and open. Come on now. Ah, there you go. Happy medium. All right. For a spin. Not sure what that was about. Wrong gear, maybe? Definitely quieter in the cab. Got a new noise. Maybe the dual cherry bomb with blast packs. Yeah. Still a little early. We don't want to wake the neighbors. Well, thanks for sticking around. Pretty much a hack job that I did on the exhaust, and it leaks a lot of water, but you know what? It's all in the learning experience. It's for fun. And hey, I saved like $700 by doing it myself. So hopefully this is an encouragement to other people, or it's a reminder to take it to a professional, but I'm not. But thanks again for watching. Thanks for subscribing. We actually hit 1,000 subscribers the other day, so thanks to you and all of our watchers, subscribers. Thanks for liking, but don't go anywhere. There's plenty of other episodes to watch, so we'll see you around.